Hi there! Today we're going to bake a pizza at home. I've been on this quest to bake pizza at home for probably 10 years by now, and this recipe includes my biggest findings. I'm gonna include the details of the recipe in the description. I might skip a couple of steps, but I'm definitely going to link them, just so that this video doesn't get too long. It all starts with choosing the proper flour. In this case, I'm using Spezialweizenmehl, very German. You want to use bread flour. The higher the protein content, the better. You want to have a really good gluten structure. This means that your dough can trap more gas, and this way your pizza is going to be more fluffy. What I've already done here is I've already mixed together all the ingredients. That's around 60% water, so per 100 grams of flour, I'm using 60 grams of water. I'm using 2% salt, so per 100 grams of flour, 2 grams of salt, and I'm using 1/4% of yeast. This is done overnight, that's why I like this recipe. So it's 10 p.m., I'm making the dough, I'm preparing everything, and then I can eat the next day around dinner time. And because it's such a long fermentation time span, we only need very little yeast. I'm using dry yeast, but you can also use fresh yeast. If you use dry yeast, like I do, you only need 1/3. Fresh yeast, you always need more. Now, have a look how little yeast I'm putting inside. It's almost barely visible. That's all the yeast I have. Then I start to knead the dough, no kitchen machine needed. There is no special technique on kneading. Some people will tell you have to knead this way, but that's just wrong. Just knead it like if you wanted to hit somebody, it doesn't really matter. Well, and now I'm just storing it in a pot. I like to use a pot because I have a lid. You don't want the dough to dry out. That's important. Now, good night, and let's have a look at the dough in the morning. Look at this, beautiful. The dough has doubled in size. The dough is looking very well. We are going to take the dough, we're going to stretch and fold it once. This is how the dough looks like after stretching and folding. Beautiful, look at the nice pockets of air. That's really good fermentation. This is the perfect dough. The only problem is 11 a.m. in the morning. And we have guests arriving at 6 p.m. So we need to slow down the process. And what I do in this case is I'm just taking the dough and I'm placing it in the fridge, or in this case, because it's winter time, I'm taking the dough and I'm placing it outside. This is going to slow down everything. And around 3 hours before the guests arrive, I'm taking the dough back in to continue the whole process. So that's the dough outside. I'm taking it back inside. This is how it looks like right now. I'm gonna give it one more stretch and fold, and then I'm gonna shape the balls. I'm going to include a video on how you can shape the pizza dough balls as well. This is probably the hardest part of the whole process. It took me a long while to figure this out. I'm gonna put them on the floured side, use a lot of flour, and then I'm going to cover them. They're gonna rest there for around 2 hours now. I like to cover them with small bowls because then they don't dry out. Now, when the guests arrive, we need to shape a pizza. And boom, that's the shaped pizza. Look at the nice bubble on the edge. That's exactly what we want when we're baking a Neapolitan style pizza. I'm also going to include a video here on how to do the actual shaping. I loaded the pizza with San Marzano tomato sauce, buffalo mozzarella, basil, and some olive oil. Some people might be thinking now, why basil before the bake? Well, I apply a little bit of basil before the bake and a little bit of basil afterwards. This is the perfect combination. This is how they do it in Naples. Now we need to bake it on a stone, a pizza steel, or in my case, I have a special pizza oven. Make it as hot as possible. Preheat the oven for at least 30 minutes. Pizza steel works best, or an oven like this. Look at the dough and look at the cheese melting. Delicious. And here you can see, one more time, see how the edge rose. And the final pizza. That's a really good looking pizza. The dough has a really beautiful crumb structure. Well done. Now, this is only what you get with an oven like I have. Look at the crusty pizza. That's the perfect bottom you want for a pizza. And here another picture of the final result. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.